Honestly, I'm just trying to make sure that the stream goes live. I'm coming back. Oh, the president's up. Shit, I have to hurry. I have to hurry. Fuck. Okay, shit, I have to go directly into this. Sorry for being a bit late. I have to shut off the music, but apparently we're going directly into SONA. Shit. Hello? Is that me? Is that my volume? Nope. Ah, it's the Zoom operator, lol. Oh, LMAO, this shit happens all the time, dude. This shit happens all the time. Okay, calm through, everybody. Calm through.
Of the National Assembly.
Lol. Ah, shit happens. Shit happens.
Members of the National Council of Provinces, the Dean of the European Union region representing the diplomatic corps.
Okay, let's see how this is gonna go, comrades.
Distinguished guests.
Alrighty, so while Ramaphosa is giving all his intros,
fellow South Africans,
a bit loud in my ear.
On this day, 31
that you can hear.
President Nelson Mandela walked out of the gates of Victor Verster prison, a free person, a living embodiment of the resilience and courage of the people of South Africa.
Alrighty. Okay, let's see what this is going to be like.
Better things to come. It actually signaled that the freedom of the people of South Africa.
So obviously we're going to start with Platitude Central from Naboy.
For nearly 40 million years, an
let me just downscale this audio a bit.
System has existed here at the southernmost tip of our continent. The fynbos, which stretches across the Cape, has among the most distinctive features of any plants that are found on our earth.
So you're starting with the fynbos conversation. I mean, I get it, right? I get it.
Cold and rainy winters.
At some point you kind of have to, when you begin a speech like this, you know, it's important to be like, oh, here's all the great things about our nation and all that good times, all that good stuff. Oh wait, I know why this is not just playing everywhere, sorry, I had to change a bunch of things.
The third National Investment Conference last year, I spoke of the Protea's unique properties that in so many ways resembles our national character.
Okay, sure, buddy.
What's most unique and special about the fynbos that we find plentiful here in the Western Cape is that to be sustainable and to survive, fynbos needs fire.
Okay.
At least once every 20 years, fynbos must burn at extremely high temperatures to allow the ecosystem.
I'm not really sure where this is going, but okay. So, oh shit, oh, okay, I see. Oh shit, this is a phoenix metaphor. Okay, I check. Alrighty, I scope, buddy. Yeah, nah.
And the life cycle begins all over again. And it displays the splendor and the beauty that we often see when we look at the beautiful sights of the Western Cape. The mountains bloom with new life as plants which once seemed lost and dead work even stronger.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we were waiting for.
We, the people of South Africa,
hey, what up, boys?
Over the past year experienced a terrible tragedy and hardship. Like a wildfire that sweeps across the mountains and the mountainous ranges of our country, where the fynbos grows, a deadly pandemic has swept across the world, leaving devastation in its path.
Yep, he is our
hardy famous of our
You're a hardy
nation.
fame boss there, dude.
We too have
Gosh. And this is how it's starting. This is how it's starting. We haven't even gotten to the heat, bruh.
for 3 centuries, we were victims as a people of oppression,
Closer to 4 there, comrade, but okay.
and for
I
3
can live.
centuries, we resisted this. The
Look at
flames
Natasha Mazzoni with her new cut.
may have scarred us.
Oh my god, do their DA masks actually say vaccines now? Oh my god, that is
Democracy brought rejuvenation,
top shelf virtue signal. Well done.
and they also brought the birth of a new nation.
Yeah.
They've risen time and time again from the depths of darkness to herald.
This is like when you're listening to In the Club and you're by hook number 3, you're like, we get it. We'll find you in the club, 50. It's chill, bro.
that this disease, coronavirus, has caused. We know
Alright, here we
that
go.
like
Platitudes.
the tables
Okay, let me think. What's the drinking game gonna be? So I'm thinking excuses from Corona,
for us.
dumbass platitudes like this. Well, there's gonna be an extended section of drinking here. And
Nearly a
then
year has passed since
we're taking action on corruption. We are doing infrastructure builds. We're doing a youth package. Maybe we're going to be tackling the scourge of gender-based violence with a greater funding. Yeah, let's see.
infected.
Am I too loud? Okay. I'll turn them up.
More than 45,000 people
How's that?
are known to have died. Beyond these statistics lies a human story of tragedy and a human story of pain.
Is that Gucci? Does that feel better?
There is no family, no community in our land, and no place of work that has not lost someone they knew, someone they worked with,
Yes, yes.
someone that they
Yes.
loved. It is also a
It's
story
in my
of
heart.
courage,
It's in my heart, you know.
resilience, the resilience of the hospital worker.
Oh my God.
Day after day, night
After day,
after
yes.
night,
They worked hard.
goes to
They
work
made sure
to save
they've been
lives.
saving lives.
knowing
Lord,
that
at the
they
same time.
themselves are at risk of infection. It is a wonderful account of the courage of the police officer, the soldier, the essential worker,
Right?
caregiver, and all
Dude, did you
those
see
on
the
front
DA
line
masks that actually
who
have
have
vaccines
kept
now on
our
them? It's
country
amazing.
safe, our people fed, and our economy going.
Okay, yes. Devil, Masiro. Yes, of course.
It is a story of solidarity, and it is also a story of compassion, of a nation that has stood together.
You know how you know the EFF is not here this year?
COVID-19.
And there's so few of them pitched. Because not only did we start at 7, the way this guy is talking, he's got that attitude of, yo, I'm just trying to get through this shit and go home, bruh.
With this virus. Yes, mistakes were made. Yes, there was a lot of criticism, and it continues.
No. Comments are on IT. You can go back. They were off by mistake, but you can go back now. Look, you can literally see people are tweeting from on YouTube.
Main stood together to fight this
But
common
do we make sure? Yes, the common enemy. Yes.
More than anything else, this crisis has revealed the true character
Yeah, chat works, dude.
of our
just you.
remarkable nation. It has revealed a spirit
Hey,
of the
Reynant.
who refused to be defeated by a virus.
Yes.
It is this South African
Yeah, we weren't
spirit
defeated by a virus. We were getting our
that
ass
must
kicked by the police,
drive our
bruh.
resolve to build a new and more equal economy and a better and more just society.
Oh my God.
The year
Is this a
ahead
SONA or a fucking vision
must
document?
be
I don't know what's
time
gonna happen here.
for change, for progress, and also for
But I promise I'll do my best to keep
Must
the swearing to a
be
minimum
the
tonight.
year in
We're
which
serious. We're
we
serious. Right?
rise as a people. And we
Jeez.
do things that are going to
He actually. Okay.
is no
Hear me out,
ordinary
right?
year.
I'm pretty sure that Cyril Ramaphosa is a fan of MF Doom, the rapper, right? Because the way he tried to reach for that rise bar to bring back that Phoenix thing so far past the speech,
overriding
you know, lyrical
priorities
master, bro. Lyrical
that we
master, I'm
have
telling
in
you.
2021. They are not many, but they are focused.
Did y'all see the comrade who
First,
was
we
just
must
there with his
defeat
mask here under the...
the coronavirus pandemic. That is primary in everything that we have to do as a
Well,
nation.
I did say I'm going to drink every time he mentions
Second,
this as excuses, because this is going to be the start of the
recovery.
excuses.
Third, we must implement economic reforms,
There we go.
create sustainable
Double
jobs,
jobs. Oh,
drive
God.
inclusive
Infrastructure.
growth.
Oh. Alrighty, cool.
Finally, I'm not leaving many other things aside, but these are the key ones. And finally, we must fight corruption and strengthen
God
the
damn it.
state that has been weakened.
I feel like this guy was listening to the beginning of the stream. He's trying to get me messed up.
There's other important elements of the government's program.
Alright, let's hear.
As we move on. Fundamental to our nation's recovery is an unrelating and comprehensive response to overcome the virus. South Africa has just emerged from the second wave of infections since COVID-19 arrived on our shores.
Jesus, Jesus, what's good, fam? What's good?
Driven by a new
Andreas
variant
is,
of the
you
virus.
know, both, bro. 2021 is the year of politics and Dota. And actually all gaming, I don't know.
Costs many more lives.
Back in front of the camera, basically.
Nevertheless, the human cost could have been far greater had we not moved quickly to restrict movement as well as activity. Had we
And
not
activity, that's the
prepared
important
our
one,
health
man.
facilities,
That's the important one.
had South Africans not observed the basic protocols of health, devastation.
Well done, all of you, for
caused by the
avoiding
virus could have been far
getting in front
worse.
of...
This year,
Make sure that you
must
do
do
not, under
everything
any
in our
circumstances, go out and have a good
contain
time.
and overcome the pandemic. This means intensifying our prevention, all the prevention efforts, and strengthening our health system. It also
Somebody
means
had to
that
bring that
we
heat.
must
Thank you,
undertake
Scant, for getting it, bro.
massive
I thought no one was going to get the
vaccination
joke.
program to save lives and dramatically reduce infections across the entire population.
Yep, okay.
Earlier this week, we were informed that one of the vaccines that we had procured, the
No.
AstraZeneca vaccine,
Let's hear what the excuse matrix is going to be.
minimal protection
But
mild to moderate infection by the new variant.
we want to stress that we began procurement of these vaccines before the variant had started spreading, yeah? Let's hear.
This is according to early findings of a study by our scientists and researchers. We are
Ish, the Zoom,
really
the AV team. Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
applaud them for leading this research and providing new evidence that is vital for guiding.
I feel like, okay, you know, I can understand, you know, the couple of last years when there's been AV
This
issues,
variant
right?
is now
Makes
the
sense.
dominant variant
But-
in the country.
Bro, with a year in a pandemic, there's nobody in the room. You have to worry about the EFF. What the hell?
For the pace, the design, as well as the
There we go.
sequencing
There's the
of our
excuse. Hey, thank you, Cyril.
While it should not delay the start of the vaccination program by much, it will affect the choice of vaccines and the manner of their deployment. The first phase of our vaccination program,
Hey,
which is
what's up,
targeted
Sagri?
at health and other frontline workers,
Okay.
will now use the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which has been shown to be effective against 501Y. We have secured 9 million doses of Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The first batch of some 80,000 doses will
Oh my
arrive
God.
next week.
Oh my
Further
God.
consignments will
Wait,
arrive
if
in
you're-
the next 4 weeks.
If you're ordering,
500,000 Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
come on, bro. If you say I bought 9 million,
All vaccines.
like imagine being like, I'm pitching up to the party, being like, yo guys, I bought 9 bags of weed. I get to the party, I've got 1 joint, and I'm like, no stress. I paid the dealer already, don't worry, he's just growing the plant there, and as soon as he's finished, he's gonna roll through. And then we've got everything we need. What the hell is this? Come on. Don't even bother mentioning you got 9 million.
Massive rollout. I wish to thank our provinces for their level of preparedness.
Ostensibly, it still actually works to some degree to mild to moderate symptoms. That's why it's not fully efficacious. It's fully efficacious. It seems to prevent severe death, like severe infection and death. So I agree with you that it is definitely better than nothing. But the people who are most at risk, I think, yeah, probably still AstraZeneca. It'll keep you from dying. You'll probably still get COVID, but you know, at this point, not kicking the bucket's the best you can hope for.
Team facility that we set up. Pfizer.
Bam. That's the thing. Even saying 9 million compared to the population you need is fucking nothing. Given what these delivery schedules sound like, what? This probably finishes the last batch I would alive in November from this, right? Come on. And that's probably the highest amount that they've been able to secure from everybody. Yo, 2023 minimum before we're all vaccinated,
the
comments.
health and safety of our people remains our paramount concern. All medication
Right? He's gonna pull through with the vaccine now, bruh.
monitored,
And he's driving a Hummer on the way.
investigated and inspected, and registered.
You can't kiss your friends. You just can't do it safely right now. Even after you get the vaccine, sadly.
Continue to use the science-driven approach that has served
You couldn't hear what he said.
so well since
Yeah.
the earliest days of the pandemic. The success of the vaccination program will rely on active collaboration between all sectors of society.
Okay.
We are greatly encouraged by the active involvement of business.
Oh crap, that should have been the drinking game. I should have set up how many times the man will say all members of society, all players, and all the relevant stakeholders.
Preparing for the mass vaccination drive that they've been involved in.
I feel like the words mass, when you're talking about 80,000 out of
This challenge
more than 55 million, because 55 million is what we have relatively from the last census, right? There's no way,
that we must
both with time from the census and with how many people have come here, that's, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm a leftist, hey,
hunger,
borders should be messed with. But how many people have been here since the pandemics have hit throughout Africa?
must overcome
We're probably pushing 60.
legacy of exclusion,
So
dispossession,
9 milli, yo.
to impoverish,
Yo.
and which this pandemic has severely worsened. When I delivered the State of the Nation address in this house last year, none of us
Preach to us, boss.
could
Preach to
have
us.
imagined how
Oh snap.
in a
I'm actually
matter
noticing
of
something,
weeks,
that the chats,
our
when there's longer
country
messages,
and
a bit
our
too small.
world
Let me fix that for you.
would have changed so dramatically. Our plans had to be
So I'll do my best. It's gonna be a bit smaller, but you know, it is what it is.
emergency.
I wasn't
Budgets
expecting
that we had crafted
an intelligent chat.
had to be
Just
reprioritized,
messing with you.
and many programs that we had
Oh, sorry.
as government in our various departments, including in our provinces and our local government structures, had to be deferred.
Yep,
Over
there we
the
go.
past
There's the
year,
excuse.
South
COVID
Africa
excuse. Come.
experienced a sharp decline in growth and a significant increase in unemployment. Poverty is on the rise, inequality is deepening. In the third quarter of 2020, our economy was 6% smaller than it was in the last quarter of 2019.
Which ironically enough is actually an optimistic one. We were expecting it to be like -11. Oh my god.
Than they were in the first quarter.
The worst news is still better news than we were expecting. Jesus.
Our unemployment rate now stands at a staggering 30.8%. As a result of the relief measures that we implemented and the phased reopening of the economy, we expect to see a strong recovery in employment by the end
You know, he legitimately sounds like Donald Trump right now.
of the year.
I literally remember Donny T talking the same smack where he's like, he even did the motion. We're gonna have this V-shaped recovery. As soon as we open everything back up,
Ordinary measures
it's gonna be wonderful.
support ordinary South Africans. We
They
also
thought Donald
had
Trump was
to
gone, but he lives on in our hearts.
businesses that were in distress and protect people's livelihoods. The social and economic relief package that we introduced in April of last year is by any accounts the largest intervention of its kind in the history of our country. It identified measures.
Okay, I finally seen Cyril Ramaphosa's tell. Did you see? He knew he was telling blatant lies. And he knows. Look at him. He knows. Oh my God, dude.
Cash directly to the poorest households, to provide wage support to workers. And to
I'm thinking the same thing, that like nobody got any money, all right? You can say that it's got the largest part ever. You might as well be like, yo guys, I've got a warehouse full of iPads chilling, bruh. Chilling. Trust. Enter the competition.
Or close to 1/3 of our population received additional grant payments through these relief measures. It is estimated that this grant lifted more than 5 million above the food.
Babe, I'm not sure I can survive, eh? Self-congratulate yourself. I can't survive that.
Moment of great distress and crisis. To date, more than 57 billion in wage support has been paid to over 4.5 million workers through the special UIF scheme.
You know, to be fair, it's not wrong, right?
1.3 billion has been
of all those workers, right? The 40 cadres that divided most of the billions are technically workers as well. Right? So it actually does count. And they bought the round that night at the tavern, so it's fine, it's chilled.
Around 18 billion rand in loans have been approved for 13,000 businesses through the loan guarantee scheme that we put together. So fellow South Africans, it is nearly 4 months since I stood here before the joint sitting of this parliament to present to the nation the economic...
Oh snap, did you guys see that they changed out the sign language translator? They did it right quick.
This evening, we stand here not to make promises, but to report on the progress.
Oh, okay, so that's the tell, right? Whenever Cyril Ramaphosa does anything that remotely looks human, you know he's lying.
Also, the priority actions that we need to take to restore growth and to create jobs. Since the launch of...
You know it's bad, and even the other cadres are like, comrade, Siras, okay.
Massive rollout.
These masks are awesome. Look at this. Vaccines now.
Massive increase
oh, that's the best thing ever.
And employment stimulus to create jobs and support livelihoods, and the rapid expansion of our energy generation capacity. We announced that we would be embarking on a massive rollout of infrastructure throughout the country.
Oh, God damn it!
We knew that to achieve this objective, we would need to steadily rebuild
God damn it.
technical skills within government to prepare
Yo.
and manage large...
Okay, this guy is actually... Yo, this is actually some sabotage that's happening here. Jesus Christ.
Had been lost over time.
Oh, God. Did he just...
Now developed...
Is gonna package with youth bill inside it. It's here.
That is worth 340 billion rand in network industries.
Oh my God.
Energy, water, transport, as well as telecommunications. Construction has already started and progress is being made on a number of these projects. Since the announcement of the Reconstruction and Recovery Plan, we have launched...
Now I'm drinking brandy. I felt like, you know, I'm a Pretoria boy at heart, you know, so I must drink the water of my people.
68,000 households here in Gauteng.
Hey, yo, I didn't have that one. Alright, I'll be honest and say I didn't think that Cyril would have the political will to actually mention housing. And he laughed. Yo, alright, genuinely. Every time he seems human, you know he's fucking with you.
2 years ago, I spoke about the dream of building new cities.
Nah, worse, dude. This is like something with the V. I don't know. I'll show you what it is. Oh my God.
Many people laughed. Many scoffed the idea.
Oh, I should change what my Mobot does.
New post-apartheid cities
I changed my
are being
Twitter handle.
conceptualized in a number of places in our country, in a number of provinces. The Lanseria Smart City,
Ish.
new city.
This is really scary. Have you guys noticed that whenever he talks about a legitimate private industry thing that's like massively, yo, this is probably a really bad thing that this is happening. If you notice how excited he actually gets and he's hype. This is what he came here to do. He came here to advertise smart cities. You know, he came here to tell us about a new Facebook Central or Facebook Village or some shit. Then he's happy. Oh my God.
This is reality. It is happening as we speak. And we now have a number of local government structures cooperating to build this city. Progress is being made on several major water infrastructure projects. These more infrastructure. I'm actually running out of liquor now. I underestimated how deep this would be. But that's my bad. That's my fault. Infrastructure investment plan identifies roads and projects worth 19 billion rand covering the spine of the South African road network. Work is underway to finalize project finance and structuring for these projects. Resources have been committed from the fiscus to support the construction and
oh shit, so that's where some of the money is going. We scope.
And N3 highways. These infrastructure projects will lead to the revival of our construction industry and the creation of much needed jobs.
Aren't Gwere and Mbalula still beefing there in Kolobeni about them trying to build an N3 over that land?
And financing
I'm pretty sure some of that money is probably going to go to help fight that, or to help fight the rural people so they can build a mine. Great times.
Approved project pipeline for 2021 is varied and includes projects such as student housing infrastructure, which aims to provide 300,000 student beds. Another approved project is SA Connect, a program
SA Connect.
Broadband to
scope,
police stations, and other government facilities.
Second
priority intervention.
Wait, is that publicly financed or is it in partnership?
The massive increase in local production and to make South African exports globally
competitive. Oh my God.
This will encourage greater investment by the private sector in productive activity.
What you've missed, Salim, is that Mans was clearly listening to me when I was like, this is my bingo for the day, because
business and
the last 5 minutes have just been punches, bro. Jeez.
Locally made products.
What if you see this plan he has, nah? This plan he's talking about localization and locally made product. How about this? Hear me out.
Local.
What if we encourage South Africans to buy local with a slogan? Something like, proudly South African. Yes. Or even better, in partnership with all the Afrikaans people. Local is lekker, something like that. Brand new idea.
Industry, which will lead to the employment of more and more of our people. If many of us men buy the suits that are made locally, more workers will be employed in the factories that make the suits. All social partners who participated in the development
did this guy literally just give now listen, y'all know that I'm not a capitalist, right? But that was a child's definition of market efficiency under capitalism. Hey man, you're gonna buy that suit, and because you get all bought that suit, everybody at the factory is in business. The fuck am I listening to? Isn't this guy a billionaire? Holy smokes. Jeez, come on, bro. Don't fuck up the capitalism like that.
Locally, because if we focus our mind on buying local, entrepreneurs are making them, and entrepreneurs will start exporting them and competing with the rest of the world. But it should start here.
Has homeboy been watching like a bootleg version of Takalani Sesame or some shit?
Our target. We
Come
will
on, bro.
significantly expand our productive economy, potentially returning more than 200 billion rand to the country's annual output. Last year, we undertook to create a larger market for small business and designate 1,000 locally produced products that must be procured from small, medium enterprises. As the COVID-19 pandemic forced the closure of global value chains, we have been able to speed up the initiative as the local supply chains become more open for locally manufactured products.
This sounds like very soft language, like that we want to pursue protectionism.
Enterprise-focused localization policy framework.
That's interesting, actually. That's the first interesting thing he said the entire day.
Furthermore, the Department of Small Business Development and Trade and Industry and Competition are supporting small and medium enterprises to access larger domestic and international markets. I've been very impressed with the work that these two departments have been doing. These efforts are supported by robust manufacturing support programs.
Oh yeah, dude, reforms.
I said that our vision for industrialization is.
I've literally never heard the word. There's never been an adjective that's followed by reform. That's a good thing.
Rejuvenate and grow key industries. 4 master plans that have been completed.
Even when you're playing games and you have to reform something, you're like, crap, I done messed up.
Social compact between
I really wish the ANC was as Marxist as they say, eh?
And communities have already had an impact in their respective industries. Through the implementation of the poultry master plan, and remember, our poultry industry was under a lot of stress. What the poultry industry needed was to have a...
I didn't have that he'd be relocating our chicken beef. I'm just memeing.
Now we're seeing progress.
Wait, weren't we being fucked with by the Americans about chicken last year?
800 million.
I'm not sure how much this has to do with
South Africa now,
like measures made by Cyril rather than a change in administration from the US. Unless we're changing the markets that we're actually supplying to.
Great progress. The sugar master plan was signed during the lockdown.
Who's the production team, fam? Oh my god. Yeah, the first day chilling on the phone. Juanita Hunter there texting the fam being like, yo, homie's just talking shit.
A rise in local production and a decline in...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what does this have to do? I highly doubt that this was decision making by the ANC that actually led to these changes here. Like, I can easily imagine that Joe Biden's, because Joe Biden's been basically doing, there was a joke that this guy made, what's his name? Earthquake, about Barack Obama versus George Bush, and he's like, Obama just spent 3 months going on being like, we're sorry. Honestly, Joe Biden's been doing on the international stage nothing but that, being like, yo guys, sorry. So I wouldn't be surprised if this like, sorry, our bad, we're ordering 1 million more chickens, and now Cyril's like, hey.
More than R500 billion to expand local manufacturing facilities, including small medium enterprises. We have worked closely with the auto sector to help it weather the pandemic. By the end of the year, the sector had recovered around 70% of its normal annual production in difficult circumstances. Last week, the Ford Motor Company announced a 16 billion.
He's always so happy he's talking about these companies.
God damn. Their manufacturing facility in Tshwane for the next generation Ford Ranger Bakkie, which they will export around the world to well over 150 countries. Now, this investment will support.
I will admit though that it's pretty funny that the best news he has today.
Automotive component manufacturing, an area in which many Black-owned small businesses have never really entered. Now, through this initiative and this investment,
Oh my God.
we're going to see a number of small, medium enterprises, largely in the Pretoria area, Mamelodi, Yesterus, and places like that, coming to the fore and becoming active and being productive.
Doesn't this guy sound like, you know when you watch those like seminar videos where someone's telling you about like a VUCA world or the fourth industrial revolution, and he's just like, everything's gonna come together magically and work in this wonderful manner.
Expected to be allocated to
Either that's what it sounds like he was on the marketing team for Cyberpunk.
it will be more some 200 medium enterprises, and the value could well be something like 1.7 billion rand in procurement opportunities. Toyota has invested in their KwaZulu-Natal facility to start production of the first generation hybrid electric vehicles to come off a South African assembly line. Now, this follows investment announcements
Listen. Natural form, right? It's for 2030. We'll worry about that. Basically, Cyril doesn't have to worry about it in his term.
Cement South Africa's position.
Which is part of the reason why we're so screwed with climate change, right? Is that it's in nobody's long-term interest.
The biggest on the African
Because
continent.
unless the EU can do what they want, but unless the whole world does it,
Our focus will be
like there'll be reduction, sure, but it's like
getting the industry back.
the incentives are very misaligned.
That industrialist fund and working on a new platform for expanded auto trade with the rest of the continent. Now, a number of countries on our continent are already setting up their own auto manufacturing plants.
So we must compete and ensure that South Africa can remain at the forefront of this technological process. There we go.
Supply them with various components and a whole lot of other products that go into.
Fortunately, though I left the brandy in the kitchen, I still have some beer here, so. But I do not want to take the risk of putting branded things on camera. Hashtag been bent.
This year, we will begin.
No, what are you talking about, dude? Elon Musk talking about Dogecoin. I know people have made money out of that shit, man. Much as I might talk trash, listen. If you're gonna be price fixing, nah? Be price fixing. This isn't even price fixing. This is just messing with us for no reason.
The AFCFTA provides a platform for South African businesses to expand into markets across the continent and for South Africa to position herself as a gateway to the continent.
Gateways. Oh my god, we're getting into the gateway language, okay.
In our society, we must accelerate.
So he's been talking to Paul Kagame. We've been spending a long time talking about gateway, the gateway economy, that side.
Ownership on control and management of our economy. That is a policy that must be implemented.
Well, I know for a fact that Itomboweni,
on that policy,
who is very close behind the scenes to Cyril Maposa, is very close with Paul Kagame.
To landmark deals, companies that will advance Black economic empowerment by transferring ownership to their workers. In November last year, we held the third South African Investment Conference to review the implementation of previous commitments and to generate new investment into our economy. Even under the difficult economic circumstances, the investment conference managed to raise 108 billion rand in additional investment commitments from a number of investors, together with investment commitments.
That sounds like, right?
The two previous
right now
conferences.
I kind of feel like, okay, so man has literally been talking up him and homie. Fuck you, uncle. Have been talking up these investment conferences, right, since 2017 at this point. And I'm thinking to myself, or since 2018, sorry, and I'm thinking to myself that, like, the way he sounds right now, it sounds like he's a kid reporting on homework from weeks ago, being like, I did it, and it's like, we stopped caring, because the time when this was relevant is a bit past.
Projects that benefit the South African economy.
Such as?
This shows that our country
No such as?
is an
Okay.
attractive investment destination for both local and offshore companies. We have worked to facilitate investment by increasing the ease of doing business.
I mean, to be fair, right now, we are the gateway, we're the drug gateway for sub-Saharan Africa. So he's not completely wrong, you know.
Slipped backwards. And we've been doing quite a lot of work to ensure that the ease of doing business is boosted.
Oof.
So that
never a good time when you hear
people can easily come to our country, set up
conservative presidents saying shit like that, Joe.
in the past year. More than 110
Yeah, that's on me. That's my bad. That's my bad.
companies have been
Mistakes were made.
registered
Mistakes were
through
made.
the BIS portal platform, completing their registration in just a matter of hours.
Okay, and then
Comfort of their homes or their offices. And now it happens just like that in a
yes, in the flesh.
We are making it easier for business to do business. Our third priority intervention is stimulus to create jobs and to
I can't even meme. I can't even meme. Just hear this dude. Come on,
the
comrade.
largest number of jobs obviously will be created by the private sector.
Oh, god damn it. I did mention, yeah, I had jobs. Okay.
So the private sector remains the primary and the biggest
Good
creator of
times,
jobs.
good times.
And it is for this reason that we've embarked on massive reforms so that the private sector can continue investing in our country. We continue to work in a
Hello,
social
Ori.
context
That sounds
private
so
sector
nice. So nice.
create more conducive environments for them to be able to create jobs.
Yeah, this is actually the same SONA as last year.
Private sector underpinned by a clear commitment to grow our economy and to create jobs.
I think he's only got like 5 minutes left in him. Let's hear.
Public sector also has a responsibility.
Hey man, I was tired when we started. I was tired of this man when we started.
Both through
But I said I would do it. And we're here.
creation opportunities.
Yeah, there we go.
Residential employment stimulus is one of the most significant expansions of public and social employment in South Africa's history. By the end of January 2021, over 430,000
Somebody didn't space his script properly.
have already been supported through the stimulus.
Yeah, they fucked up his
Now,
scripture.
a further 180,000 opportunities are
What a time.
currently in the recruitment process.
I have much more issues with the content of the
These
script.
opportunities are in
Ah.
areas like education,
Yeah,
the arts,
s-
film,
science.
so forth, and culture, global business services, early childhood development, and small-scale and subsistence farming.
Okay.
It also involves environmental programs such as the clearing of alien trees, wetland rehabilitation, fire protection and prevention, as well as cleaning and greening across our municipalities. These programs
Now he's talking like mayor shit.
real
Yo,
lives
dog,
and
listen.
basic livelihood.
You're president, bruh.
Nearly
We
half
should
a million
normalize
people
mayors
are now receiving
and heads of executive councils talking,
developing
but
new
this
skills
feels like a waste of time to come from a president.
to their community and to the country's economy. This is no small feat. It means something is being done. We will
There we
continue
go.
to
Okay, that's what
support
it's all about.
employment for
End
as
of the
long
day,
as
right?
it is necessary
There are
while the
two
labor market
objectives
recovers,
for any politician:
even as we
to
work
look at a problem and say
stronger,
something
more
should be done,
resilient growth in the
and to look back on the same problem and say something has been done. So I get it. I understand.
in the public sector and the private sector. The private sector will create the greatest bulk of jobs. But at the same time, at the public sector level, it is essential that
To
yes,
reduce the
we
wage
also
bill-
focus
wage
on
bill?
what happens in our schools, what
Okay.
happens on the social economy side, and all these matters are being attended to. In the State of the Nation address last year, in response to the huge challenge our country faces with regards to youth unemployment. I announced that the National Youth Development Agency,
don't announce another one.
of Small Business Development.
Okay, now I'm actually annoyed, right? Not just because we've gone beyond the meme that I'm drinking a lot now, but it's like, seriously, dog, this is not a good look. This is not a good look. That I could say the SONA in 5 minutes before it started, and we're here now. And it's the same shit, just stretched over 45. It's really bad look.
Youth businesses by international.
It really was, comrade. The private sector treble. Actually, you know what, Dill? This is my fault, fam. This is my fault. You know that one tweet I made when I said 2021 is just DLC of 2020? How was I supposed to know that even the president would take that seriously? My bad. My bad.
2024. Last year, we said we would establish a national pathway management network to provide support and opportunities to young people across the country. I want to encourage every young South African to join the more than 1.2 million people who are already in the network and take their next steps to a better future.
Preach, Brother Cyril, preach.
Many hardships our people had to experience last year. Schooling disruption placed a huge burden on learners, on teachers, and also on families. Despite this, they persevered. It is our priority for this year to regain lost time and improve educational outcomes from the early years through high school
pathway management
training.
Honestly, fam, when I hear that, right, I'm thinking of like some Protoss buff in StarCraft, fam.
Recovery plan is to rapidly expand energy generation capacity in our country. Now, restoring ESCOM to operational and financial health and accelerating its...
It's been a goal for more than a decade, comrade. Tired of hearing this.
To the work that we have to do. ESCOM has been restructured into 3 separate entities for generation, transmission, and distribution. This will lay the foundation for an efficient, modern, and competitive energy system.
It's just interns like all lying front to front.
Making substantial progress.
They're back to the pathway now.
Intensive maintenance and operational excellence programs to improve the reliability of its cold fleet.
Although also I love how the parliamentarians, right, you can tell that they're all camera trained because they can see which camera is active. Because normally on the camera light you can actually see which one is like transmitting out, right? So you can tell that they look at the camera and they can see when it's transmitting. So that's when they always like, no, Cyril, no.
It reflects all the reasonable costs and measures to resolve the problem of municipal debt as well. In December 2020, government and its social partners.
Not with that attitude. You can regain time with the right attitude. If you just pick yourself up by your bootstraps, you can do anything.
Actions we must take collectively and as individual constituencies to meet the country's energy needs now and into the future.
But seriously, guys, can you just notice like his energy now when he's talking about like the job of doing governance, right? Oh, he looks bleak, hating life. Just be like, oh yeah, shit, reading the teleprompter because he has to read every word here. But when he gets to like efforts that he's come from investment drives, oh, teleprompter for what, bruh? I've got this shit. I know what's up. I know exactly what's going on right here.
The necessary regulations have been amended and the requirements clarified for municipalities to buy power from independent power producers. Systems are being put in place to support qualifying municipalities. Government will soon be initiating the procurement of an additional 11,800 megawatts of power from renewable energy, natural gas,
so it means testing
coal in line with the
power.
integrated resource plan of 2019.
Cool.
Despite this work, ESCOM estimates that without additional capacity, there will be an electricity supply shortfall of between 4,000 and 6,000 megawatts over the next 5 years as our old coal-fired power stations reach the end of their life. As part of the measure,
this is the weirdest problem to be having.
This shortfall,
Like,
we will, in the coming weeks, issue a request for proposals for 2,600 megawatts from wind and solar energy.
Look,
as part of
I know that
plan.
one of the big issues
This will
with
be
why
followed
ESCOM
by
is so
another
screwed right now
window
is because
in
of
August of
our
2020.
prior. I'm actually not even going to
Recent
dignify them by
analysis
saying it's a
suggests
prior
that
administration. The continual administration
licensing
is trying to do
requirements
this
for new
nuclear,
embedded generation
right?
projects
For nuclear
would
projects.
unlock
Like, nuclear projects on average take like what? 2 decades, right? I'm just thinking about the fact, I don't even think that nuclear is the primary solution to the problems that people have, right? Generally with either power generation or clean energy. But thinking about the fact that
within the next
even if we just been like, you know what, fuck it, we're going the corrupt route, Zuma, take your bill, build these power plants. They'd be 5 years away from being done. It would almost be worth it. Just given how long we've been waiting. Holy shit.
And the finalization of the necessary enabling frameworks. ESCOM has already started work to expedite its commercial and technical processes to allow this additional capacity onto the grid within undue delays. There have been complaints that the time that they take to process these has been far too long.
He really has mastered the art of not giving concrete dates.
Now, as we mobilize all the...
He's not falling into the trap of... You see, he knows... You know why there's been no clips of him messing up numbers in the same way Zuma does? He knows better than to mention numbers. He's like, tell these people the truth. Nah, bruh.
Development and economic growth. We are therefore working to fulfill our commitment under the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change and the Paris Agreement, which include the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. ESCOM, our largest greenhouse gas emitter, has committed in principle to net zero emission by 2050 and to increase capacity. So ESCOM
that's amazing. Has committed in principle to 2050 renewables. That's amazing. That's wow. That's actually incredible. Like, he's not even gonna pretend. Like, normally you need that shit for the end of the sentence, right? Or you bury it somewhere inside. Nah, he's like, I'm telling you straight, bruh. We ain't doing this shit. We selling these Ford Rangers. We buying that coal. We building these new power plants, bruh. These renewables. We're trying to make this money, bruh. This is wild, guys.
By the Presidential Coordinating Commission on Climate Change, which is meeting for the first time this month. The Commission
they also fucked up their stream there.
For a just transition to a low carbon economy and climate resilient society. We will not achieve higher rates of growth and employment if we do not implement structural economic reforms. These reforms are necessary.
Oh yeah, structural economic reforms. Here we go. Austerity. The austerity plays. He's setting it up. Here we go.
They are necessary also to increase competition.
Yes, that's the one. Create jobs.
They are also necessary
Dynamic
to create
growth.
space for new entrants into the market.
Yep.
This work is being driven through Operation Vulindlela, which involves a team of National Treasury and the President's Office. Operation Vulindlela.
It's actually so funny for an ANC initiative to be called Vulindlela. I'm just imagining, you know, in front of them, there's red tape, bureaucracy, economic control. They're like, yeah, man, Vulindlela.
The completion of digital migration is vital to our ability to effectively harness the enormous opportunities that are presented by technological change that is just going on.
Yeah, basically. Look, to be fair, man,
After many delays, we will begin the phase
he is
of of our analog TV transmitters.
Oh, what? I did not see this. What? I did not see this coming. I did not see that coming. Oh, they're actually. Let's see. Let's see. Why?
End of March in 2022.
Okay. We shall see, comrade. But yeah, he is.
At an advanced stage.
But that was part of the appeal, Mus, you know? The appeal was Jacob Zuma was too African, you know? He was too African. You see, Thabo Mbeki was perfect, nah? He had the gravitas, the good speaking, you know, you can see the cleverness behind the eyes, whilst also having some outlandish beliefs, you know? It was cool. They asked him. Jacob Zuma was too much. It was too much. It was too African. Nah? Didn't give a fuck about any organizations across the pond. You know, had no respect for global institutions. Was like, downgrades, I don't care. I'm trying to ball out here, you know? Man's was too much out here. So the reaction is, let's get a serious president. And what's serious? Basically, this is basically like, let me think, who's the most boring but somewhat lying politician I can think of? Let me think.
If we really want to,
this dude is basically David Cameron, right? He's basically David Cameron out here, and he's just here chilling.
Focus just on ensuring that water is treated with the importance and the sensitivity that it requires. Many of our people.
It is important as a country to secure access to water for our people.
Now, establishing a water agency will be one of the better ways to resolve these challenges so that the agency can have a globular look at the water needs of the country and address those challenges. Our ability to compete in global.
Let's look at the water needs of the country. People don't fucking have it. Simple issue. Oh my gosh.
Repositioning Durban as the hub.
Wow.
Muga as the container terminal of choice. The rail corridor from Gauteng is being extended to enable the export of vehicles through Port Elizabeth.
Okay, so that means that more money is going to flow through Prasa and Transnet. So lots of money going to go missing in between.
The competitiveness of the rail system in our country. Now, work is underway with the relevant departments to reform our.
Maybe Cameron just had better writers.
Attract skills and to grow the tourism sector. As international travel starts to recover in the wake.
But okay, I get like Cyril's just not an exciting guy, just in general.
Full rollout of e-visas to visitors from China, India, Nigeria, Kenya, and 10 other countries in the world. Now,
specifically 10 other countries, so that's what? China, India, Nigeria, Kenya, 14 different countries with these e-visas. Okay. I'm imagining probably what? US, UK, France, Canada. They conspicuously left out Brazil from that list and Russia, which is interesting given the BRICS Association, but we'll see what happens. Probably it's a bit politically sensitive to mention them, but it's unlikely they're left off that list.
The momentum that Operation Vulindlela has already built and the
maybe
that
Angola, but I'm not 100% sure.
We are serious about reform. We will continue to work relentlessly and
probably Mauritius as well
to create a more modern, a more efficient and
no. The one big thing is that like I'm not worried about when it comes to rail. Where I worked, I got to like talk to a lot of like Prasa and Transnet people, and Jesus Christ, they've done a lot to like we're basically screwed without them because they basically made it impossible to operate without them. So for now, won't be able to go full privatization route. They're probably gonna do a thing where they like have them build up the infrastructure and then the delivery is taken care of by some third-party company.
Parliament in the next financial year. A centralized SOE model is being implemented this financial year.
Okay.
To ensure a standardized governance, financial management.
Cuba might get, Cuba might get, Mozambique. Yeah, Mozambique might get as well.
The mandates
Yeah, we definitely we owe Cuba, yo. We owe Cuba.
evaluated to ensure
No other
that
option.
they are responsive to the country's needs and the implementation of the National Development Plan.
What?
In the
We're
midst of
still
the
trying to
economic
implement the
damage caused by
2008 National Development
Africa's
Plan.
agricultural sector
Whatever year that was, I don't know.
has performed remarkably well. In 2020, we became the world's second largest exporter of citrus, with strong export growth in wine, in maize, in nuts,
I feel like you can't
sugarcane.
like in the same speech be gassing up the increase in being the #1 exporter of citrus, right? You can't put this in the same speech that you started by saying we have record low unemployment, record low wage decreases, record low wage stagnation, record low amount of people declaring bankruptcy, record amount of businesses going broke.
Transformation and to ensure
Pick a message, my G. Pick a message, dog.
it is an opportunity to accelerate land redistribution through a variety of instruments such as land restitution, expropriation of land in order to boost agricultural output. To date, government has redistributed over 5 million hectares of land, totaling around 5,500 farms for more than 300,000 beneficiaries. This is in addition to the land restitution process, which has benefited over 2 million land claimants and resulted in the transfer of 2.7 million hectares of land. We are also pursuing programs to assist smallholder and emerging farmers with market access to develop skills across the entire agricultural value chain, to increase the number of commercial Black farmers as well.
Preach, Brother Cyril. Preach, Brother Cyril.
We will establish a land and agrarian reform agency to fast-track land reform. The public service.
You know what's an amazing? I will actually admit, that I'm actually genuinely impressed. So, this part of the speech, Cyril's never been particularly enthused about land reform, but he has to, given the nature of the ANC as it exists right now. And what an amazing piece of rhetoric done here. So what he does is he begins talking about the citrus farms, right? Citrus farms, citrus farms, citrus farms. We're putting ourselves in the mindset of agrarian land. And then we start talking about land reform, right? But notice that when we're talking about land reform, there's only one mention about land reform, some land being reclaimed for agrarian purposes. But for the most part, we're talking in extremely loose and general terms about what they plan to actually do with regards to land reform. But he mentioned it right after talking about farmland and agrarian land. So what this does is that we're all of us mentally, right, are thinking about redistribution of farmland, right? And he knows full well he has zero intention to do such a thing. Incredible. I'm actually impressed. Okay, that was actually impressive. Well done.
To the people of South Africa.
Well done, well done, well done. And one of the reasons how you know that they have no intention of doing such a this is whenever the government, or not the government, this particular government commissions or creates a commission of inquiry, a committee of inquiry, a committee to explore, tabulate, report, it's buried. We're going to leave that committee there for a year. We're going to establish it now, he mentioned, on May, June. They're going to give us recommendations around December, July. Can we just chill? I mean, consider, right? Literally, one of the first things he did as president back when he got elected was commission a committee to address land reform, right? That committee gave its recommendations within like a month. The recommendations they gave, almost none of them made it into the final bill. And what the final bill looks like in terms of the powers it has doesn't change anything in terms of what was already possible through law. So you get the best of both worlds. You got to say, remember what I tuned, the two things. Something must be done about this problem. This problem still remains, but something has been done. Magic. I'm actually really impressed. Well done. Well
Are
done.
now over. We want
Oh, God damn
people
it.
to run our local government.
Fuck.
As we prepare for local government elections, which are due to take place this year, we will need to
And that actually
adjust
reminded me of. Do you guys remember
conditions
what year was it?
for us by
2016, I believe.
so that we can ensure
When
that
Sean Abrams was still the boss of the NPA,
determine who represents
and they were publicly charging Pravin Gordhan, and then he said the days of messing with the NPA are over, and people publicly laughed at him at that press conference. That was the same energy this man had here when he's like, the days of non-professional local governance is over.
lay
Wow,
bare
amazing,
the
bro.
extent of state capture and related corruption. Now, testimony of the commission has shown how the criminal justice system was compromised and weakened.
Preach it, brother Cyril.
It is therefore vital that we sustain the momentum of rebuilding that we have begun through the past 3 years. There has been great progress in turning around law enforcement bodies. Critical leadership positions have been filled with capable, experienced, and trustworthy professionals. There is a
man is killing me, yo.
cooperation and sharing of resources with the respective law enforcement
I love how the TCJ is there, and he's like, ha! I'm hearing this. Come on now.
We have started the implementation of the National Anti-Corruption Strategy, which lays the basis for a comprehensive
Yo, Manta's been talking this platitude trash, yo.
to corruption.
Bro, it's 8 o'clock now, my G.
Appointing the members of the National Anti-Corruption Advisory Council, which is a multi-sectoral body that will oversee initial implementation of the strategy and the establishment of an independent statutory and anti-corruption body that will report to this parliament.
Ish.
To this parliament.
How much you wanna bet? How much you wanna bet, right? That when he said that,
The executive,
he was pointing directly at them. Yeah. To him. He's like, to y'all, and y'all, it's your job now. Oh, man, just being a bit spicy right now. Okay, that is a bit funny. That's legitimately funny.
we acted with speed, decisively, to put a stop to these practices, to investigate all allegations, to act against those responsible.
For corruption, comrade. Okay, who's in jail then?
Which brings together key law enforcement agencies.
And not just arrested on suspicion, but prosecuted and in jail. Or at least on the dock.
In many cases to trial and preserved or
Who's won these trials?
grants in public funds. The Special Investigating Unit was authorized.
I love how he's just eliding the fact that he's like, you know, a lot of these came from settlements where people just gave back the money and we were just like, everything cool.
All state bodies during the national
Beautiful.
state of disaster.
Just beautiful.
As it reported last week, the SIU has finalized investigations into 164 contracts with a total value of 3.5 billion rand. In a significant advance to transparency and accountability, the political party funding
Oh, wait.
will come.
I just realized I'm an idiot.
On the
I should have recognized that instead of it being the case that all the parliamentarians are camera trained
You don't seem to be
on the screens in front of them, they can probably just see
now
the
going
live
to
feed
happen.
so they
This
can
will
see what's
regulate
happening. Okay.
public and private funding of political parties. Among other things, it requires the disclosure
Oh, Party
of
Funding
relations
Act.
to parties and establishes two funds.
You know why he's so happy to talk about this? He's like, this is richer than all of y'all. All of y'all. We ain't scared.
Crime and violence continues to undermine people's sense of safety and security.
Exactly, Tolpa. Expropriation of land to boost food production. Exactly. But that's the thing, right? Think about it. Think about it.
Crimes like cable
If
theft,
Ernst Roots is spending all of his time talking about that trash, man. Just that one part of a what? Hour plus SONA. Then we're missing the privatization efforts, right? We're missing the literally like being like, hey guys, we're gonna low key privatize and protectorate at the same time. You know, there's so much that you could beef with, but you're not going to because Cyril has just supported farm murder.
Task teams have been set up in a number of provinces to deal with extortion and violence on sites of economic activity. We're also fast tracking.
Hey man, listen, I put a poll out on Twitter. I was like, yo, should I do this thing? And the people, it wasn't me, it was the people who said yes. I even said, should I do it or should I preserve my sanity? That was literally the option, preserve my sanity. Ah, dog, brandy's finished, beer's about to finish. Alright, give me a second, guys. Let me actually go refill right quick. Let me refill because it doesn't seem like this. Like he's literally starting the GBV shit right now. Literally, again, back on the bingo board. Yeah, I'll be right back.
We were going to strengthen the criminal justice system to prevent them being traumatized again and to perpetrators justice. Now, to give effect to this, 3 key pieces of legislation were introduced in Parliament last year to make the criminal justice system much more effective in combating.
I have returned.
To ensure that perpetrators are brought to book.
Yeah, but they support privatization when it comes to the money flowing to the correct companies. They're not going to support it if the preceding sentence was we're going to ensure that all the partners are black economic partners, you know?
In the State of the Nation address last year, I said that we would prioritize the economic empowerment of women.
And it's Viceroy, Andreas, if you're still out here.
Policy that 40% of public procurement should go to women-owned businesses and entities. Now, several departments
you see, Joe? He doesn't want them coming back and saying, "Oh, bro, why you can't say you're for free market if you're dictating how the free market business should run, bro." So now he's like, you know what? Go play with that bone of farm murder. There you go. Stop bothering me. We're actually on the same side, but stop bothering me.
Made pledges to the value of 128 million rand to assist in the fight against gender-based violence. Now, that was unprecedented. Over the next 2 years, government will allocate approximately 12 billion rand to implement the various components of the National Strategic Plan. Gender-based violence will only end when everyone takes responsibility for doing so in their homes, in their communities, in their workplaces, and in their places of worship, and in our centers of learning, schools, universities, and colleges. Equally, we need to give attention to issues.
Question, small tangent, a more important issue than what this man is talking about, because yes, he's talking about school resident, but come on, we've heard this job trash. How on earth do people drink brandy like on the regs? Like, I get it once in a while, right? I'm having a good time, I'm not gonna lie, but yo.
We are also going to forge ahead with efforts to provide greater opportunities to persons with disabilities to participate in the economy and in society in general. As we rebuild our economy in the midst of this pandemic, it is
pandemic excuse, damn it.
Within our means to provide support to those businesses and individuals that continue to be most affected. Businesses in several sectors are still struggling, and many families continue to suffer as the job market slowly recovers. Over the last few months, we have had
tell us, Pastor,
with our social partners in business, in labor, community.
Oh, damn it. What else did I said, partners? Fuck.
On the proposed extension of some of the social and economic support measures. We have therefore decided
Dog.
The period for the
This is painful, bro. This is pain, bro.
grant of 300.
Alcoholism. Look, there was actually a phase of my life where I probably was an alcoholic. Tarakun, you remember, dog? You remember those days when those days when I was rolling with Sean every weekend? It was a bit much. So yeah, at that time, admittedly, I was drinking a lot of brandy and coke. But to be fair, I only started drinking brandy and coke after I was drunk, and at the time, I was only drinking with Afrikaans bras. So when I drank the brandas and coke, I'd be with these bras.
The conditions for this extension and the sectors to be included will be announced after consultation with social partners at NEDLAC.
Damn it!
National Treasury will work with its partners and stakeholders on improvements that we believe now need to take place to the loan guarantee scheme that we inaugurated when we announced the 500 billion rand distress relief package. Now, this is better addressed through the discussion.
What do you mean you don't remember?
But we also wanted to address the realities of small, medium enterprises and other businesses as they strive to recover. So that
okay, next time I do something like this, right, please remind me. I want to actually set up a timer, right, of all the topics I think he's going to cover. And then when he gets into it on the time, how much time he spends talking about this. Because holy smokes, the amount of time he's talking about SMMEs and the COVID relief fund, the relief fund going to people who need it most, supporting the businesses, giving people loans that are needed. Oh, thank God it's finally over. What? But he's going back to the fucking Phoenix metaphor. Holy shit. Alright, confirmed. Cyril Ramaphosa, fan of MF Doom. You know, MF Doom would often do this. Bar would start the track, and then the rhyme for that bar would disappear until the end of a 6-minute track. Here's the homie Cyril Ramaphosa. Oh my God. Jeez.
Together as government, as business, as labor, as political parties.
You have no idea how deep this was, comrade.
Society to clear away the rubble and lay a new foundation as we rebuild our country. Above all, let us return this country to the values upon which it was founded. On the day of his release 21 years ago,
okay, so
Madiba gave his first public address here in Cape Town, where he reminded South Africans that there were difficult days that lay ahead and that the battle was far from won. Madiba said, "Now is the time to intensify the struggle on all fronts."
Gosh.
To relax our efforts,
you know what this was it?
Would be a mistake which generations to come will not be able to forgive. Those colors. In counting the great cost to our society over the past year, we may be tempted to lose.
Dude, my bingo scorecard, I've been winning, dog. I've been winning.
Because we are a nation that never gives up.
For example. Yes, though. Indeed, yes. The whole thing was just an intense tribute. He's like, yo, guys, I'm not sure y'all know my comrade. MF Doom. Let me put your, listen. He just encountered Doom himself, you know. He just gave himself over to the dark side, but my niggas out here. Oh, Lord, dude.
Our people.
That would be the best ever, dude.
In addition to the many challenges that beset our people, we have heard that His Majesty King Goodwill.
I don't just stop talking because I want to play this video for y'all. This is just gonna be fucking hilarious. That's what it's basically saying. Although it would be awesome, Dill, man, if he's like, yo, dude, guys, listen. At the end of the day, the most important thing you must remember is that I was born like this. And metal face meets the face.
difficulties that
No.
it is our collective wish.
Don't give a fuck about the king, dog.
Is soon restored to good health. As we prepare for the difficult path that lies ahead, we can draw strength from Maya Angelou's great poem, I Rise.
You know, actually, this is the worst quote actually that's come from
Parts of history's
any.
shame.
No, you don't deserve to be able to
Up
quote
from a past
Angela.
that's rooted in pain.
There's only one parliamentarian's quote of a poet
Leaping
that I've accepted.
wide.
Yeah? And in fact, I'm going to.
Swelling.
I'm going to
Bear in the
up. Fuck you, Cyril. Listen, he doesn't know how to quote someone.
fear.
Nah,
I
how to quote a quote. This I rise shit.
That's
And he's still hitting this metaphor. Are you kidding me, dog? Seriously.
gifts that my
Like, this metaphor is being metaphor because he's just rising it. Oh my god.
hope of the slave
Yo,
rise.
my G is gonna grow wings from the degree that he's reaching right now. Good god.
People of South Africa,
Yo,
it is your country.
yo.
Let us march forward together to
All right.
equality, to growth, to dignity, and to recovery. May God continue to bless and protect our beautiful country, and also to protect her sons.
Yeah, fuck you, buddy. All right. So firstly, here's the quote. Nah? The only way to quote. Here we go.
Poet Kendrick Lamar says,
Yes.
we're going to be right. We're going to be all right.
I'm memeing, right? But tell me what was substantively different from those 11 seconds of this clip than the hour 15 minutes we've been subjected to from the president. Ibile, I can do you one better, nah? You know what this basically was? This was this
Gentlemen, we can
about South Africa.
We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's first bionic man
This shit
better than he was before.
about the country
Better,
for an hour 15 minutes, cuz
faster.
that's what this was. Jesus Christ. Woo! So that was SONA 2020, y'all. SONA 2020, y'all. Wait, shit looks weird now. I'm doubling up. Hold on. How do y'all feel about this? How do y'all feel about what y'all just witnessed here? I'm not sure which window's actually being focused here. Okay. No, wait, what's happening? Okay, I don't actually know what's happening. Hold on, I have to reset this thing. Yeah, so let me know what y'all think. Ooh, that was. I'll tell you my thoughts, right? My top line thoughts was. Firstly, that was by far one of the most simultaneously distressing and boring addresses I've heard in a very long time from a sitting president. It was fucking pointless, cuz all that shit is shit we've heard from 2020. Nothing new, nothing fresh, nothing out here. It's just, you know, anybody who knew Cyril Ramaphosa in any capacity could have told you what this address was gonna be. I mean, I filled up half a glass of brandy, thinking to myself, there's no way that I'm gonna bingo hard enough to actually finish this thing, given the pace that I normally drink it. So yeah, that's SONA. That was SONA. The president of the nation out here talking this trash, you know.
Concern to us.
There we go, now it's working.
Good updates on what has been achieved despite the.
Obviously, the Zoom team fucking it up.
I think some of the promises.
But yeah,
To Steve Adrian.
yeah.
The fact that
I
there's so much mistrust.
I don't even actually want to watch the post-mortem on this shit. look, actually, I gave some slack for the 2021 because in 2020 I was like, look, I get it, shit's going really south, you know, at this particular point in time. You are gonna be at this point the people that got you elected, which are your investors. You're kowtowing to them. Last year, SONA wasn't about us. It is what it is. That's why I didn't listen to it. I was like, I can't even pretend it's gonna be about us. But this is just a fuck up. This is just like, well, that shit happened. So yeah, that was. You know what's actually interesting? What's cool is episode 1 of the Curve Thought podcast was about the ANC. It wasn't about the ANC. Oh God, it was about God, bruh. Oh God, yeah. Cause I remember I had a hilarious debate with a comrade of mine. He's the brother of one of my best friends who passed away. Actually, what y'all think, nah? Now that like the main event is over, one of the things I was thinking about, like in terms of rebooting the podcast properly, was I wanted to actually maybe go through these episodes, well, not all of them, but some of them, and be like, let me see if my thoughts have evolved. Like, for example, this one, episode 2, of all the episodes I've done of Curve Thought up until this point, episode 2 is the only one that I'm like very proud of. The rest I'm happy with, and I'm glad I made them. Everything was great. But number 2, I was very, very proud of. And I was very, very proud of it because I foresaw trends in, like, the reason I'm proud of it, right? This was even before I was a leftist. This was when I was like just like a shit lib, right? And there was some shit that I foresaw about how the world was gonna go and what better and worse ways it could be to treat people. And I was like, yo, we need to correct this now or else X will happen. And then we didn't correct and X happened. It felt kind of good. I'm very proud of this one. This is a shit show, honestly. I felt the problem with this one is that, like, at this point in time, I was just leaving religion. I wasn't actually that strong myself in knowing what the fuck I was talking about. So, let's actually see how many years ago is this actually? This was like, I just come out, yeah, 2017. This was garbage actually, this was trash. Games we play. What is this one about? This was about, oh, it was D. Yeah, we were talking about like games and like hiding our gaming identities in between our political ones. For example, you know, earlier when Andres was asking, yo, between politics and Dota, where do I really exist? And I'm like, actually, both. I'm out here. You know, I'm out here. Just how I roll. These are things that we do all the time. So this is one of them. This was my, I think in terms of quality, sorry, Comrade D, this was probably the worst one. Yeah, this was not the best one. Like from the stack, if I'm looking at the stack, right? It was a good episode. And any other podcast thing, it'll be in there easy. But yeah, it was, yo, that new ATS phase was hectic, cause you should have met me at that point. It was a real fuck up. It was a real problem. Yeah, yo. Let's see. What is being yourself about? Would have thought God. I think this one was good, right? I was like pondering upon like morality. Yeah. I think I could listen to this one again. This is actually pretty decent. Being yourself. I think this one is Richard about like coming out and shit. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about just like coming out. This was nice. This was actually nice. And the thing is, actually, shout out to Richard on this one because at the time when this episode aired, I believe this was the first thing on the air, like in the world at the time. Obviously, everyone who knew him knew he was gay, but not a single public person knew before this episode. So shout out to Richard for trusting me enough to put this shit out there, comrade. Thank you. Obviously, he tweeted about this beforehand. You know, it's not like this was the big reveal, but you know what I mean. Like he hadn't spoken about it in any public forum before this. So yeah, that was a lot of trust people put in me there. Get the nuance. Ooh, actually, this is my. Which one did I say was my favorite one? I said, well, okay, I think Well with the White Score is the best one. Good Without God is the one I enjoy the most, but this is my favorite one. Death of Nuance. Listen, not to toot my own horn, you know, but this shit was fire. This shit was amazing. This shit was incredible. Yo, this shit was fire. And what is Mad Men about? It's probably garbage if I can't remember. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, we were talking about incels and shit. Oh, shit. I actually need to listen to this today. Yeah, I haven't talked about like incels and all this in quite a while. Okay. Yeah, this is a minute ago. No. No, dude. Actually, we might have gotten along. Dude, I once got into a fight. Babe went to bed now, right? I once got into an actual fight. Listen to this. Hear how I almost endangered my own relationship. So it was me, Bay, one of her friends, and one of her friends' partners, right? We were having lunch, we were chilling. And then the person was exploring, I believe, Buddhism at the time. And then I said some like dumb shit from Sam Harris, I think, where it's like, there's nothing more dangerous than faith. And it started an argument. You know, some of these arguments where it's like, early on, honestly, I knew, yeah, dog, you should just tank the L on this, walk this back, you'll be alright. But nah. Gotta tell them the truth, tell them what's up. So it was hilarious. Weird shit happened. Anyway, but yeah, about MRA, I think this is actually a good episode here. This is actually okay. Now that I'm looking at the catalog, right? Let me think of episodes I want to refresh on. I definitely want to refresh on my the God episode. My ideas have changed somewhat with regards to God. A lot actually, given my anti-atheist shit. Episode 2, nah, I think this one's perfect. Doesn't need. I mean, I'll have to go listen to it. I don't think it needs that much adjustment. And the thing is, what I like about this episode is that I remember trying to listen to it like last year, and it pissed me off hearing it. But I was like, when I parsed the logic in my mind, I couldn't find that many problems with it. That's how you know you did good shit. Games we play, that needs a refresh, because now I want an old man refresh, because we recorded this years ago when we were younger men with better prospects about the future. Now gaming, I'll be honest and say it took me a while to understand why people treated gaming as escapism. Yo, now I get it. Good without God, probably just does a refresh. Being yourself, that's fine. Death and nuance. If I feel like there is literally nobody on earth, right, who's prepared to listen to another human being talk about nuance in 2021 anymore. That ship has fucking sailed. So we're Gucci on that front. Madman. Yo, incels and MRAs. Yo, now we're talking about that again, boys. Yo. That is definitely gonna happen again. And then ANC at the crossroads. I feel like there's also, the tape is finished, right? There's like nothing left to tune about the ANC being screwed up. So, yeah. It is what it is. Just hold on one sec. Yeah. Alright, I wanna play some Hades now. That's what I'm trying to do, because the LMAO SONA is over. But I'm not trying to. Anybody wanna hop on Discord? Let's just talk about what we just heard together while I'm playing some Hades here. Cause yo, this shit was not good. This was so not good. But hold up, I need to quickly make some adjustments here to the stream right quick. I must be a wise man. I have learnt in my exile. Like no, I'm not even gonna do that. Yeah. I have learnt, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, in my old age, I have gained something resembling wisdom. Hold on. Well, not enough wisdom actually. Hold on, because I'm still not using studio mode properly. There we go. Must remember that if I'm doing live edits, gotta do some stuff. Alright, let's hear while I'm busy setting up the Hades stream, let's hear what these fools are telling us about why all of this is actually okay and we shouldn't be worried about it.
Particularly was the point being made about the repositioning of the port of Ngqura as a continent.
He's actually buying into this nationalist shit, bruh. Alright, bruh, cool, guys. Wait, I mean, we can. It's cool. It's a thing that's allowed. You know, is it a good look? Nah, but away.
Especially in addressing what has been called the geographic apartheid, the concentration of economic activity in the major centers. I know that people in Durban, for example, are not quite happy with the move of the National Ports Authority from there at Gauteng.
Are you guys hearing this nationalism, bruh?
It's
It's lit, bruh.
these
It's
provinces
lit, dog.
where you still have
What? So it's not even full nationalism. It's like some young provincial nationalism. What the hell is this shit?
That's where the next level of growth is going to come. You can grow the Port of Durban up to, the growth in Durban will always be marginal, but a similar growth in the Eastern Cape in terms of investment is going to have a greater impact
Sorry.
because of the economies of backwardness.
Okay, hold on. I'm just adding the game here.
Had a reference to the Eastern Cape, and obviously the construction, the reference to construction. You see the
Oops. Sorry.
government capital expenditure has declined. So when government promises and follows through,
Like I said, comrades, we're still slowly but surely getting back out here. It's been a minute doesn't even begin to explain how long it's been since we've been out here on the deck.
You've listened to many SONA speeches in your career. I'm not saying you're old, but you are one of the most experienced political journalists.
He's calling you old, comrade.
Around.
Let him call it like it is. Let him call it like it
I'm
is.
asking about new stuff, but did you expect to hear new? Right? He limited his speech to 4 topics, and I thought that was quite clever to kind of limit it to COVID, economic growth, economic reform, and corruption. What was the purpose, do you think, of limiting himself to those 4 matters? And were you satisfied, or were you inspired by how he addressed each of them?
Inspired? What? Can you imagine somebody being like...
If you can just unmute yourself.
He said it himself up front.
That's fucking hilarious, guys.
And he said
it is hilarious. Unmute yourself.
On the
grown bras.
And the second element was to
making rookie mistakes
of his plans for the economy in the next medium term or so. So those were his 2 priorities in this speech. That he was very clear. He was not gonna go around mentioning literally everything, but he ended up obviously touching on a lot of other stuff.
Okay, I'm tired of this now, but let's see.
That we live in now of COVID, people being demoralized.
Yeah, come through there, come through. Call me up, bro. I'm closing. Well, that was actually a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. No. But yeah, I'm closing down this shit. We're going over some gaming, bro. Let's come hang out. Come through the Discord here. Give me a call, buddy. Where's my Discord? Yeah, Discord's here. Wait, didn't you set up a channel at some point, dude? Somewhere? I don't know. But either way, just call me. I'm just gonna play some of this shit. Yeah, it's hella boring, dude. Not only is it hella boring, it's also hella cringe, bruh. That's actually what bothers me the most, if I'm honest. Cause like I can deal with boring, right? It is what it is. Shit's get boring sometimes, whatever. Can't do much about that. But like when it's also just like hella cringe, dog. When it's just the entire time, you know? Just doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel good. But okay, let's see. This is my first run with the shield getting this far. Let's see if I can clock it now. I should let the homies know that we've transitioned to... Because that shit got boring as hell. Finally finished fucking... What is my YouTube? Cool. And then Twitch is snakecasting, right? Yeah. Oh shit, no, that is definitely not what I wanted to link on the Twitter. Lol, I almost posted that video I put of Malusi Giga. That would have been really funny. So let's make sure I'm posting the right link. Lol, dude. Okay, I should rename the stream though, right? Before I keep playing Hades. Now if I can, I started it as the SONA LMAO stream, so the SONA LMAO stream, it shall remain. The SONA LMAO stream, it shall remain. But the only thing is that I still have to do though, and why I was an idiot to close everything, I have to go change all the tags and all that. So much of schlep. But it is what it is. What can we do? Also, sincerely, everybody who came through and pulled through, shout out to all of y'all. Y'all are pretty awesome. You know, it's gonna take me a bit of time to rebuild the full momentum, just in terms of everything I was doing. Not just for gaming things, but writ large. It's gonna take a while, and it really does help. Like, trust me when I say I have a major psychological issue for some reason with being. If I'm speaking to the void, it really messes with me. It's gotten a lot better, definitely, in recent times, but yeah. But 'tis what it is. 'Tis what it is. Let's change this now back to gaming instead of news and politics. Oh. Alrighty. One more thing. Alright, cool. I'm ready to go. Let's rock. Actually, I need to get some dinner, guys. I'm really tired. That took a lot out of me, that full stream. So I'm gonna call it a day for today. I'm gonna crash it out, and then I'll come back tomorrow or some shit, stream again. But y'all have been wonderful. Y'all have been great. I'll see y'all on the flip side.